Do you want to know how you potentially can earn up to $30 per test you do for BetaTesting.com and if it's even worth it? Then this video is for you. My name is Michael and I love testing different ways to make some extra money online, and I recently came across this platform because many of you also asked about it, so I decided to take a closer look and test it. And in this BetaTesting.com review, I'll give you an inside look and show both the pros and the cons so you know exactly what to expect and can easily find out if this is the right opportunity for you or not. So let's start by going over who can join, and BetaTesting is a platform where you need to be 18 years old to join, but other than that there is not as such any requirements. You can join from more or less all countries. On the website itself you can see that they have more than 350,000 testers around the world and more than 150 different countries are represented. But as it is with all user testing sites like this, then how many opportunities you will get, of course, will vary depending on your profile and also the country you live in. We will go over the overall earning potential and how many opportunities you in general can expect a little bit later. But let's first talk more about what you will actually be doing if you decide to join. So beta testing is, as the name suggests, where you can participate in beta tests. So that means that you, for example, as you can see, get to test different products and different software. It can be apps, websites, or connected hardware, for example, like smart TVs, smart vacuums, media devices. So they need to find bugs, they need to get things tested, and that's very valuable because that helps improve different services for the companies they work with and the different products, and they are willing to pay us to give this feedback, to test these different aspects and these different products and services. So that's why we can get paid, and this is what you will be doing. The exact task you will be doing will of course depend on the specific project you are participating in, but you will be able to see that before you decide whether you want to participate or not. When you get an invitation, you can read all the details and then you can decide which ones you want to participate in and which ones you don't want to participate in. But let's talk a little bit about how you can optimize your chances of getting tests and what you need to do when you are joining. So if you decide to join, you just need to sign up with your email address, and then you will go through a process where you can fill out your profile. What I like is that you can choose completely yourself what you want to share. You do not have to share a lot if you don't want to, but if you do not share a lot, then there is honestly also not that big a chance that you will get invited to participate in projects. But you do not also have to do it right away, because after you've joined, you can also get access to the dashboard. And here you have, for example, an About You section, and here you can fill out more of your profile. And the more you fill out, the bigger a chance there is. But overall, you need to be aware that there is no guarantee when you will be invited. It can sometimes take weeks and sometimes take months before you might eventually get an invitation, especially if it's the first time and you're just joining. So it's not an instant way to get access to paid beta tests. That's important to understand, so you do it with the right expectations. And speaking of expectations, let's go over how much you overall can earn, how many opportunities you can expect, and how you can get paid. So with all opportunities to earn online like this, it's difficult to give an exact amount of how much you can earn. But if you, for example, look at the FAQ section, it does give you an indication, because it says that you can receive anywhere from 0 to 5 opportunities each month via email. But that also means that there is no guarantee that you will get any. That's very important to understand. As they say also, it depends what these different tests are looking for, because usually they're looking for someone with specific interest or demographics and things like that. And also, of course, the quality of your test, if you're participating before, will also affect how often you get invited. So if you do end up getting invited, then you need to also actually pay attention and make an effort, because then you will have a bigger chance of getting further invitations. But the first time especially, it can really take some patience to receive these different invitations. But also, speaking of then how much you can earn, it's not just about the number of options you get, it's also how much they pay. And as you can see, usually a common incentive for a test that takes maybe 45 to 60 minutes is between $15 and $30. So a decent rate, I would say, for beta tests like this. But also sometimes there are shorter tests that of course will give lower rewards, and also there can be tests that are more complex and they can even take place over weeks or months, and of course you will then also get paid more. But this is kind of what you can expect. What you definitely need to be aware of is that this is not something you can count on as a part-time job or full-time job or anything like that, because you do not know how often you will get these tasks. Once you then earn, how can you then get paid? Well, usually that will be via PayPal within 14 days after the end of a project, because first the project actually needs to be approved before you will get paid. But some tests, as they also say, they also offer other options, for example, physical products or gift cards. You will know that before you accept a project. But as you can see, even though you can join from more or less all countries, then it is best if you live in a country, of course, where you can get paid via PayPal, and definitely make sure that you check the exact payout option for each project before you accept it, so you are sure that it is a payout option that you can accept. So overall, BetaTesting.com is a legit way to earn by participating in these different tests, and it can be a fun and interesting way to earn a bit extra also. But you really need to do it with the right expectations, especially when you first join. It can take quite a lot of patience to get any invitations, and overall you will not get that many invitations, but of course this will vary depending on your profile and the country you live in. But if you like doing beta test and would like to earn like that, I would say that it's one of the options that you can definitely consider joining. I also have a written article about it on my website you can check out for more information. There I also have a full list of the best beta testing jobs in general, so you can also find a list of that, because if you like jobs like this, it's always a good idea to join several different platforms to get more opportunities. And if you like testing in general, then you can also consider these user tests where it's more like websites or shopping experiences and things like that you can test. I also have a list of the best user testing platforms on my website. I will also leave a link to that below, so you can find plenty of information to easily get started if you would like to earn this way. And overall, I hope this video helped you, and if it did, then make sure to hit the like button, and also don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you won't miss out next time I release a video with tips and tricks about different ways to make money online.